Hey there, this is Dr. Sonia again, coming at you with book number 3 in the series, Leaders Are Readers. I set out to read 10 books in 30 days for personal development around finances and scaling my business. These are just my personal takeaways as I continue on my financial growth development journey. Nothing fancy, but I'm also competing in the Debt-Free Millionaires Good and Faithful Games. I'll add a link below if you're curious about Debt-Free Millionaires Masterclass. It's definitely worth checking out. So the third book is kind of a lengthy book. It's called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book is a gathering of stories around how our mindsets and beliefs around money impact our daily decisions and behaviors around money. The first story in the book that left an impression on me was a man who was working as a janitor at a gas station his entire life. He was a simple man, but when he died, people were shocked to learn he had amassed $8 million. He simply invested in blue chip stocks and grew compounded interest. He was not well educated, but he invested and allowed his investment to continue to grow as he continued to save and invest. In comparison, how many well-educated individuals, including bankers and investors, took too many risks and did not succeed in this kind of wealth growth? He just kept it simple and consistent. So we see where saving and investing are the building blocks of financial freedom, especially if you're young and you can harness the power of compounding interest. The earlier you invest and keep investing, the greater return can be seen. The amazing reality of this is even if you start small, the power of time becomes your friend. Start small, start now, and keep saving. And we can all end up like the man in the first story. The next point just makes so much sense, but really helped me to understand how significant certain factors are on how people think about money. So, for example, the year someone is born, what they witnessed around money, their family's influences on how money was handled. It creates an emotional or even a lack of emotional intelligence around finances. Morgan does a great job explaining how we shouldn't judge others on how they handle their money because many of us are just modeling what we saw and learned. If we were born in the Great Depression, saving everything and not investing sums of money was wise. Whereas someone born in the land of plenty right now, we may have no concept that someday there could be another era like the Great Depression. It just isn't a concept that they can hold in their mind because it's something that they've never seen or experienced. So regardless of what was modeled though, it is important to develop emotional intelligence and discipline around money, especially to save money. Staying humble also, and not getting overly confident because uncertainty is always possible as well. There's the concept again of there is luck, depending on sometimes there's freak accidents that can happen, hurricanes or accidents or cancers. So there's definitely uncertainty that can touch all of our lives. So we don't want to take huge unnecessary risks, and we definitely don't want to become greedy. Managing our money safely and wisely is so critical to having good, healthy finances. So being prepared with an emergency fund is also really important to have. I did enjoy this book. It was rather long, but I loved the stories that were compiled that help to paint a picture of how our emotions and mindsets hugely influence how we handle our money. It makes sense to address these mindsets in order to understand how our emotions may be counterproductive when handling finances. This book encouraged me to learn more about my behaviors, to grow more in education around finances, and to make the necessary changes to break off bad ideas around money that just aren't serving me well.